Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by the Center Square's Therese Boudreau, headlined, quote, Michigan 2024 Education Progress Mixed, end quote. Here is the story. New data released from Michigan's Department of Education reveals mixed student progress in 2024, with some grades scoring higher on standardized tests than last year and others performing their lowest in years. Math, English Language Arts, and Science scores were gathered through the Michigan Student Test of Educational Progress, or MSTEP, for grades 3 through 7, while scores for older students came from PSAT and SAT results. 11th graders had the worst overall decline, scoring lower than last year in all three subjects, with a drop of 3.6 percentage points in math. Grades 3 through 7 improved in math, but grade 8 also had a 3.7 percentage point drop in scores since last year. State Board of Education President Dr. Pamela Pugh said Wednesday, quote, "We will continue to work with local schools, MDE leadership, legislators, and the governor to improve student learning. It is nice to see progress on most assessments this year, but we want our students to continue their progress in the coming years as well," end quote. Grades 5, 7, and 8 performed better in 2024 on ELA, while grade 6 remained the same and grades 3 and 4 fell behind. Science scores were available for grades 5, 8, and 11, while grades 5 and 8 showed improvement. Grade 11 fell behind. State Superintendent Dr. Michael Rice said, quote, "These results reflect hard work by students and educators and investments in education by the governor and legislature. That said, much work remains, both instructionally and financially, for needed supports to students," end quote. The results also revealed that students, particularly the economically disadvantaged, perform roughly 10 percentage points worse when learning remotely instead of in person. When learning in person, 28.8% of students from low-income households in Michigan perform at or above proficiency in ELA. The numbers dropped to 19.9% when switched to remote learning. In math, economically disadvantaged students perform at or above proficiency by 22.4%. This drops to only 12% when classes function remotely. Rice said, quote, "This year the scores also show that, on average, being educated remotely during the 2020-2021 school year rather than in person during the pandemic affected progress. Poverty, remoteness of instruction in the 2020-2021 school year, and being in the learning to read window at the beginning of the pandemic have been layered challenges with which some of our children continue to struggle," end quote. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.